Hey everybody, how's it going? Today, let's take a detailed look at the all-new 2013 Hyundai Santa Fe Limited. And this is going to be a detailed, in-depth review of the Santa Fe. We'll start it up, show the engine, get an exhaust clip and go over the performance data, and show you a bunch of the unique aspects of the interior as well as exterior. And a special thanks to Bob Mayberry Hyundai in Monroe, North Carolina for allowing me to come out and film the all-new 2013 Hyundai Santa Fe Long Wheelbase Limited. And so, without further ado, let's go ahead and start her up, let her run. Now the Santa Fe Limited does come standard with an integrated smart key access system. All you have to do is keep the key fob in your pocket and you're able to wirelessly lock and unlock the vehicle. Just tap the black button on the driver and passenger doors to lock. One beep indicates locking, then after waiting a second hit the button again. Two beeps indicate unlocking. The exterior color is known as Frosted Mocha and features a full beige leather interior with dark brown accenting. The vehicle also comes with remote push-button ignition. All you have to do is put your foot on the brake, hit the illuminated dash-mounted button to start. Simple as that. The 2013 Santa Fe comes standard now with speed proportional electric assist rack and pinion power steering, wrapped in a smooth leather wrap wheel and grip extensions up to the side here for a little bit more of a sporty touch. The electric assist steering is also adjustable via that little button right there for comfort, normal, and sport modes. Sport increases steering resistance by 10% while comfort decreases it by 10% in relation to normal. It's a 3-spoke design, housing your multifunction controls with a little bit of satin silver accenting, all coupled with an electronically controlled 6-speed automatic gearbox with Shiftronic manual shifting. Now while this particular vehicle doesn't come with an optional navigation, I'll show that a little bit later in the video, it does come standard with an integrated backup camera on the integrated LCD display with a set of guidance lines. Wrapped in a full leather shift housing with a bit of high gloss black and silver accenting. And so we're going to flip on the automatic headlamps, fog lamps, as well as the hazards. Driver's side windows fully automatic. And we're going to check out the exterior, shall we? It'll also chime for a few seconds, letting you know it's lost detection of the proximity key fob. For a number of years now, Hyundai's full-size people hauler, the Veracruz, has been a good value as an affordable family transporter. But it never necessarily made a large statement in the market though, often being forgotten and overlooked. The all-new 3rd generation 2013 Santa Fe will now serve as the replacement for the Veracruz in a bold way that assimilates it now with the rest of Hyundai's modern lineup. Just to keep a few things clear, the 2013 Santa Fe is offered in short and long wheelbase versions. The short wheelbase is designated as the Santa Fe Sport, while the long wheelbase is simply the Santa Fe. It represents everything Hyundai's been working for to achieve over the years with their fluidic sculpture design philosophy, advancements in build quality, refinement, and value. All across the board, it's a bold direction in the right way that blows the last 2 generations out of the water. The original Santa Fe was introduced back in 2001 and was always criticized as having awkward styling to say the least. The second generation, introduced in 2007, brought about a more contemporary design that featured a better blend of quality and value in an attractive skin. 2013, however, is technically the first total revision of the model lineup since the beginning. It's also the first time the Santa Fe has been offered in 6 and 7 passenger configurations, as we see here. There are also a wide variety of wheel options for the Santa Fe. This particular Limited comes with a set of painted 19-inch aluminum alloys wrapped in 235/55 Kumo all-season tires, paired with 4-wheel disc brakes with internally ventilated front discs. Their diameter measures 12.6 inches in front and 11.9 inches in the rear, with single-piston sliding calipers on each brake set. This brings the Santa Fe to a stop from 60 miles an hour in approximately 120 feet. As far as the suspension, it consists of independent McPherson struts in front with an independent multi-link rear with coil springs, twin tube dampers, and front and rear anti-roll bars. One of the biggest differences overall is the styling and the new powertrain that's also shared with the Hyundai Azera. While the body is more sculpted and smooth, the Limited displays a very similar, stocky profile as its sport counterpart, yet still retains some of that youthful spirit, but in a more refined and elegant body. Essentially, everything from the B-pillar forward is the same with some minor front-end tweaks. As you move towards the back, you'll see larger rear windows that provide better visibility and more openness for the third-row passengers. Overall, the length has been increased by about 8.5 inches over the Sport, with the wheelbase being lengthened by 4 inches. The rear is unique with special tail lamps and dual exhausts. It's a lot more of an estate look than the abrupt drop of the Sport's rear quarters. All in all though, it ties in nicely as a well-balanced modern look. The other significant advantage that the Santa Fe has in general is its curb weight. The Sport itself weighs around 3,450 pounds, which is about 266 pounds less than the outgoing model, mostly thanks to about a 30% increase in the use of high-strength tensile steel. This also gives an increase in torsional rigidity by about 16%. The long wheelbase, on the other hand, weighs around 330 pounds more than the Sport. And also, specifically for the long wheelbase versions, they all come standard with a specially designed towing package that can tow upwards of 5,000 pounds. Overall length is 193.1 inches with a width of 74.2 inches and a height of 66.5 inches. Total curb weight with options is right around 4,000 pounds. Go ahead and pop the hood. The Santa Fe is available in both front-wheel drive and all-wheel drive configurations, with 3 different engine choices available depending on the models. The Santa Fe Sport gets your choice of a naturally aspirated or turbocharged 4-cylinder, while the long wheelbase version gets Hyundai's all-aluminum direct-injected 3.3-liter Lambda V6 as standard, like I mentioned earlier, also shared with the new Hyundai Azera. It produces 290 horsepower at 6,400 RPM and 252 pound-feet of torque at 5,200 RPM. 0 to 60 times are an approximate 7 seconds with a quarter-mile time of 15.3 seconds at 91 miles per hour and a drag-limited top speed of 120 miles per hour. As far as fuel economy, with an 18.8-gallon fuel tank, slightly larger than the Sports, and running on regular unleaded, expect to see around 18 city, 24 highway. The all-new interior boasts more luxury, features, and value than the prior years. Build quality is great, with soft-touch materials in many of the touch points and solid-feeling components. Overall styling versus the Sport hasn't changed aside from the addition of the third-row seat and increased room for all rear passengers. Across the doors, the two-tone padded trim sets the stage for the color blend into the dash. Satin zipper accenting followed the fluidic design philosophy with your fuel cap release, little Santa Fe logo with stitched padded armrest, all of your power windows, power locks, and power mirrors. This is also the first year that the long wheelbase can be had with a lane departure warning system. The leather seats are also the same that you would find in an upper trim level of one of the Sport models. Features a nice amount of padding, heavy side bolsters, and full power adjustments located down below with your 4-way power lumbar adjustment. The seats are also fully perforated to keep them nice and ventilated. There's also adjustable seat belts and adjustable headrests, along with side curtain airbags and inner seat mounted side airbags. Polished aluminum entry guards, along with logoed floor mats. There's also a manual tilt, telescoping steering wheel, and if you wanted to opt for it for a little bit more of an open-air appearance, there's an option for a full panoramic sunroof, of which I'll show in just a second.
So let's go ahead and see how she sounds.
The engine is very smooth, no vibration transfers into the cabin. Nice smooth transition as it climbs through the RPMs. And we're going to shut her up. Nice and tight. Now I touched on this a little bit earlier, but this particular Santa Fe Limited comes with the optional 4.3-inch touchscreen mobile media telemetrics interface. You can also opt for a navigation system that has a more conventional larger touchscreen, but I'll show that in just a little bit. Base model Santa Fe's or some of the Santa Fe Sports also come with just a standard radio that doesn't have the touchscreen interface, so this is kind of a nice blend between the two systems, if you will. It also comes standard with XM satellite radio and HD radio. Side curtain airbags. Card holder. And this is your optional 8-inch navigation telemetrics mobile media interface, a part of the technology group, also paired with the premium Dimension surround sound system. All of your basic controls are located in the push buttons in the middle of the console, with your SD card for your integrated map. Up top are your preset stations, as well as your various radio data located down below, menu, scan, auto store. When you go down to your Bluetooth telephone, system information, XM, GPS, Blue Link, the Eco driving app so you can check how good your fuel economy is over time, route settings for your navigation, system settings, and all of your radio data located down below with your standard satellite radio, various media options, whether it be your USB, auxiliary, pretty much just like the other one, except that you can actually control it with the touchscreen. All of your radio data also appears up top. Destination input, very simple, nice and responsive, various points of interest, set in favorite places as well as home address, and your map with real-time traffic updates. All pretty simple. And rather than the screen down below here for the climate control system, vehicles paired with navigation actually shows up there. So if you hit your climate data, it'll show the pattern of air circulating throughout the vehicle, and as you change it, it'll also show you the updates up top. Now the cream colored portion of the dash is padded, as is the top portion. Give a little bit more of a higher quality feel. Up top, there's also an integrated storage compartment that gradually eases open. You'll also notice too, vehicles with the Dimension audio system have a speaker up top for the mid-range rather than that little storage tray. Auto-dimming rearview mirror with integrated garage home link and compass up top, as well as Hyundai's Blue Link telemetrics interface with integrated roadside assistance. And in the top stack here, padded sunglass storage, interior illumination, a little bit of LED accenting, as well as your power trunk and tailgate release. Bluetooth microphone located up top. You can also pair it with a full panoramic sunroof with automatic control. Little wind deflector pops up. Gives the cabin a very open appearance. As far as the mobile media system, it's also quite simple to use. Your integrated CD player located up top, turning off your display, and everything on here is full touchscreen activation like I mentioned earlier. Your presets located on either side, different radio modes, going between AM, FM and your satellite radio, different media options if you have your iPod or USB plugged up. There's also hands-free Bluetooth streaming of audio. Clock, scan, as well as system setup, whether it be display, pairing your phone, adjusting your sound settings, surround sound, clock, and your other various radio controls, such as changing the folders of your MP3 files in Seek. Now, in some of the upper trim level Santa Fe's, you can also opt for this dual zone electronic climate control system filtered with clean air technology. Front and rear defrost, recycling, rear AC activation, syncing both sides, changing the different zones, one-touch AC, your temperature adjustment, fan speed, and one-touch automatic. Pretty simple to use. It's also a pretty unique center console with almost a staggered effect. These two portions come off to the each side here and kind of give a little floating effect with the pass-through. You have two 12-volt power outlets, as well as your auxiliary and USB input located down below. 3-stage heated seats located on both sides, 2 cup holders, as well as a full stitched padded armrest with integrated storage and removable cargo tray. All pretty roomy. And with your Bluetooth telephone, it's located down below there, right next to your hands-free voice commands.
Please say a command after the beep.
Help.
Help. You can say preset number like preset 1, auto store, scan, preset scan, or more help. Please say a command after the beep.
Cancel.
Cancel.
Your radio controls, cruise control, and adjusting the steering feedback like I mentioned earlier, between normal, sport, and comfort, depending on your driving desires. Down below is your driver info system, located up in the middle between the speedometer cluster. Trip computer and fuel data, radio data, service reminders, as well as personalized settings. And all nicely complemented with gauges accenting a little bit of bright work and electroluminescent faces with a 3D effect. And off to the left of the wheel is your display brightness, hill descent control, traction control, activation of the AC outlet in the rear seats, as well as active eco, which gears the transmission to shift quicker at lower RPMs, thus trying to maximize fuel economy. Alright, we gotta shut her down. And we'll check out the back seat. Middle seat room and rear seat room are also really good for a vehicle in this class, especially for taller individuals. The doors carry the same fluidic theme as the front, with the integrated Santa Fe badging and the satin silver accenting. In the Santa Fe Limited, you also have 2-stage heated seats for the middle row passengers. And also, like I mentioned, you can have the vehicle a 5-passenger for the Sport, a 6-passenger in this particular model, or even a 7-passenger with a full bench seat. This particular one has the captain's chairs. Also wrapped in the perforated leather, with full adjustment functionality, and easy entry for the rear passengers. Recline here, and slide via a bar up here. Aluminum door entry guards, and a low drivetrain hump to make it easier to slide between seats. A little bit of leg cutouts if needed. Like I said, I'm 5'11". There's plenty of space, especially headroom for the middle row passengers, which is probably at least 6 inches. Rear illumination, coat hooks, and some rear air vents mounted in the B-pillars. Not to mention armrests. and a power outlet for the rear. So let's go and check out the rest of the vehicle, shall we? The Santa Fe Limited is the only trim level that comes standard with a power liftgate, so you wouldn't necessarily see it on a GLS long wheelbase, and especially on the Sport models. As you would expect, cargo space is also more than the Sport, and measures in at around 41 cubic feet of cargo space when you fold the third row seat down. If you fold that and the second row down, it expands out to around 80 cubic feet, so it essentially doubles the cargo space, which is quite nice. There's also a little bit of storage below the all-weather mat in a little compartment, as well as two power outlets off to the right, a 12-volt and an AC power outlet. For third row passengers, there's also independent climate control adjustment. The passenger seat features similar power adjustments that you find in the driver's seat, minus the power lumbar. Roomy glove box. It's also lockable. The all-new Santa Fe leaves its predecessors in the dust with better refinement, entertainment, and economy. With a wide variety of options and two separate models essentially, it broadens the customer appeal for those with different needs. A great new contender in the modern crossover market. Well everyone, I hope you enjoyed this detailed look at the all-new 2013 Hyundai Santa Fe Limited. Be sure to stay tuned next time, there's a lot more where that came from. Take care everybody.